Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH The Flame Emperor episode number 50 based on novel. So let's start. Xiao Yen felt that the Ni Gongwan deep in his body swelled rapidly, and he was overjoyed immediately, and then without hesitation, he sat down with his legs crossed in the center of the forbidden water bridge. Sitting down cross-legged, then closing his eyes, he carefully felt the changes in a Gongwan in his body. At first, when he knew about this Do Formation Master, Xiao Yen knew that if this Do Formation Master was cultivated, it would also greatly increase his battles, but even though he had been trained, there was no way to cultivate, which made Xiao Yen quite confused. For a headache. At that time, the identity of Do Formation Master was like an embroidered pillow, which made Xiao Yen quite anxious. But it's different now. After getting the Shindong natal inscription to absorb the spiritual power above the forbidden water bridge, Ni Gongwan also swelled up. Breakthrough. Xiao Yen also gritted his teeth and persisted. Although this pain is undoubtedly a heaven and an earth compared to the time when Ni Gongwan was opened, it also made Xiao Yen suffer. So it is no wonder that Xiao Yen is like this. At this time, after the Shindong natal inscription absorbed the mysterious spiritual power above the forbidden water bridge, Xiao Yan's brain was also in chaos. The Shindong natal inscription had just returned to the Nigong pill in Xiao Yan's body, and Xiao Yan's body became quiet. The spiritual power was also pulled by the power of the Shindong natal inscription, and it was impacted by the small Nigong pill everywhere. Go! Boom, boom, boom. Intense pain buzzed in Xiao Yan's mind, but no matter what the movement of Ni Gongwan was in his body, Xiao Yen gritted his teeth and persevered, because Xiao Yen was more eager than anyone else. Power, and at the same time know better that this is the only way to gain power. With the passage of time, Nigongwan swelled up, and the spiritual sea that was originally Zhongshu was also expanding rapidly, and in just a short period of time, it expanded into a space of dozens of meters. Before Xiao Yen was overjoyed, he immediately controlled the magic movement natal inscription to run quickly. 4,000 ways. 5,000 ways. 5,500. Originally, Xiao Yen was able to condense 3,000 core inscriptions, and it would not be a problem to deal with a 3-star Do-D. 5,500. This is a qualitative change from the previous 3,000 core inscriptions. If the previous ones were only able to condense 3,000 core inscriptions to deal with a 3-star Do-D powerhouse, at this time Xiao Yen was already able to condense 5,500 core inscriptions. These are 5,500 core inscriptions. Even Xiao Yen, a powerhouse at the level of a 5-star Do-D, has the confidence to fight. At this time, Xiao Yen, who was sitting cross-legged, couldn't help laughing. He never imagined that the terrifying spiritual power on this forbidden water bridge would be swallowed up by such a coincidence. However, Xiao Yen also understands that if he hadn't possessed the magic movement natal inscription given by some mysterious old man, his terror would have been attacked by the terrifying spiritual force on the forbidden water bridge, and he would have become the white bones in the river in the forbidden waters. A part of. Fortunately, Xiao Yen succeeded. Xiao Yen was also excited at this time, not only because the Nigong pill in his body swelled several times, but more importantly, the magic movement natal inscription on the Nigong pill in his body was only a quarter of it. A quarter? If 4 runes are gathered, and then the real magic movement natal inscription, then its power. Xiao Yen also laughed. It seems that there will be an additional task in the future, to find the other 3 parts of this magic movement natal inscription, but this matter is not anxious. After all, it will be a long time in Japan. It's really comfortable. After getting his Nigong pill to expand several times, Xiao Yen felt an indescribable sense of relief all over his body. It is said that a really powerful battle formation master turns his hands into a powerful formation. It not only has the power to overturn rivers and seas, but a powerful formation master is also a king. He treats the enemy as if he were a slaughterhouse and slaughtered at will. I remember that there was once a powerful Do formation master who, in order to save his lover, used his own strength to fight 10 immortal Do warriors and countless Do emperor warriors. Guess what happened later? The Golden Dragon King also said with a smile at this time. Could it be that which battle formation master won? Xiao Yen was also surprised. That's right, which battle formation master won. And it was very easy to win. One-handed formation is to trap countless do di strong, and the other is to trap 10 do xian strong, so as to deal with 10 do xian in the formation, easily defeated 10 immortal fighters. The Golden Dragon King said casually. Those are the 10 immortal fighters. Xiao Yen also shrank his pupils tightly, obviously looking in disbelief. Hey, don't think it's impossible. In the hands of Do formation masters, the real power lies in the formation. The stronger the formation is, the more powerful it is, but it also requires the caster's huge spiritual power as the back. And there is one more important one. That is, the Do formation master is invincible in his own formation. The Golden Dragon King also said slowly. Invincibles. Xiao Yen was surprised. Xiao Yen also knew the meaning of the word invincible if it was invincible. Yes, invincible, in a sense, invincible, because the battle formation division is the core of the creation and control of the formation. So if you fight in the formation of the formation division is in an invincible position. The Golden Dragon King also said slowly. Okay, don't be too ambitious. The road is to go step by step, but you're a blessing in disguise. Let's go. The Golden Dragon King's voice also said slowly and comfortably. Xiao Yen also nodded knowingly when he heard the words, because Xiao Yen just felt that if it wasn't for the appearance of his magic move, Birth Inscription, then his master, the Golden Dragon King, would definitely take action to solve this terrifying problem. Spiritually powerful, he immediately glanced at his master, the Golden Dragon King, with a little gratitude. Although there are many things that his master Jinlong Wanghai will not tell Xiao Yen, but Xiao Yen can feel the invisible concerns of his master Jinlong Wang. Xiao Yen is also a sweetheart. Although he doesn't say it, he remembers everything in his heart. After hesitating for a while, Xiao Yen also slowly moved forward with heavy steps. With the increase in mental strength, it was much easier to walk up the Forbidden Water Bridge, and there was no other force restraint on the Forbidden Water Bridge, so Xiao Yen came to the end of the Forbidden Water Bridge very easily. Just as Xiao Yen fell, the Forbidden Water Bridge disappeared instantly. Is there no way out? Xiao Yen helplessly smiled bitterly. Go. The Golden Dragon King also floated out in the form of a soul at this time, and then his golden pupils stared at him tightly. Xiao Yen also raised his head again. Xiao Yen raised his head and found that after passing through this strange black river, the ghost energy here seems to be quite thin, and I don't know why. Strange. Why is there a constant cry of crying? With the milky white flame and red light rising from his body, Xiao Yen moved forward slowly, his dark brown pupils looking around from time to time. Far away from the brown river, Xiao Yen also found that the water in this river is very clear, but the white bones in the river are too conspicuous, and ordinary people can't stay here. At this time, there was a faint cry of crying in this space, but unfortunately, it was not real. Xiao Yen picked up Finju and walked towards the depths of the space, where there was a huge rock. It's just that no matter whether Xiao Yen uses powerful soul power or spiritual power, he cannot perceive the inside of that huge rock. Immediately, he had to give up and then carefully looked at this space. This space is quite large. The radius should be hundreds of meters in size, but after the Forbidden Waters, there is a rock stele several feet high at the edge of the space, and there is a slight glow on the rock stele. Not far from the stele, it is the bottom of the space, but there seems to be a strange cry from the stele. Xiao Yen gently suppressed his footsteps. In order not to make a sound, his speed was extremely slow. At this time, Xiao Yen was getting closer and closer to the stele, and there were many beads of sweat on his forehead. Obviously, with the information Xiao Yen knew, the stele in front of him was most likely the place where the twin ghost emperors were suppressed and sealed. The twin ghost emperors are one twin, but even if it is half of the twin ghost emperors, Xiao Yen is quite afraid. After all, whether it is the cold pool or the twin ghost emperors in this town ghost well, they are too powerful for Xiao Yen. Strange. How can there be an extremely terrifying ghost in this stone tablet? When the distance was close, the Golden Dragon King, his master, also murmured. Could it be the twin ghost emperors? Xiao Yen also said solemnly. Impossible. Although the ghost chi of the twin ghost emperors is strong, you should carefully sense the stone tablet in front of you. The Golden Dragon King said decisively. Oh. Hearing that, Xiao Yen was also investigating. With Xiao Yan's exploration, the stone tablet about 10 meters away from Xiao Yen also became brighter. After the stele became brighter, Xiao Yen was also surprised to discover that the ghost energy in this space was also extremely thin, so thin that it could be ignored. This steel is so terrifying. With Xiao Yan's powerful soul power, he naturally knew that following Xiao Yan's investigation, the steel also seemed to wake up and then devoured all the ghost energy in this space. As the whole body of the steel became brighter, a breath that seemed to have awakened from the prehistoric times. Why is the ghost in this stone tablet so dignified? And this seems to be a little different from the ghosts we encountered before. It seems to be a bit like the Soul Clan aura on Do Chi continent. Xiao Yen also said in surprise, "Be careful. We'll leave if something goes wrong." The Golden Dragon King also became vigilant.
Yeah.
Xiao Yen also responded, and after speaking, he slowly walked towards the stone tablet. Why did someone break into the sealed lands? Shouldn't be. The door of the seal is the joint seal of the three uncles. Inside a pavilion, Hudu's voice also became solemn. Obviously, they have some unique methods to investigate this sealed land. Once someone steps into the sealed land, they will know it as soon as possible. Damn it, I hope it's not from the ghost world. Wu Jiang also said solemnly. Wu Jiang had participated in the previous battle of the ghost world, and he was very clear about the power of the twin ghost emperors. Moreover, Wu Jiang also knew that this point-grabbing competition has only been over in 5 days, and this ghost has not made any movement. Too quiet is often a sign before a storm is coming. Can't wait. Call us who are in charge of this competition to enter the corpse forest. Half of the twin ghost emperors at Hanxi have broken through the seal. As for the In corpse forest, the twin ghost emperors must not be allowed to break through the seal. Otherwise, when the two merge into one, it will cause a storm in our Xiantian Santian. After Wu Jiang finished speaking, he also waved his hands, and a gray light instantly shone on the periphery of the infernal corpse forest. This is into the forest signal. Could it be that the ghosts inside have broken through the seal? No. With the person in charge of Wu Jiang here, nothing will happen. Let's go first. There are constantly people talking outside the infernal corpse forest, but without exception, they are all in charge of this point-grabbing competition. Go. After Wu Jiang finished speaking, he also flew up with a dignified expression and then walked towards the entrance of the In corpse forest. Yeah. Hudu also responded, and then chased after him. As the two left, some ghosts appeared on the many crystal in the pavilion. From this appearance, it was obvious that the ghosts were looking for something. It's another. On the second floor of the infernal corpse forest, piles of hills made up of humans were also piled up. Muller is also exceptionally brilliant. Now he is commanding the ghosts in the ghost world, as well as some mainstays in the Red Mountains and Red Valleys, which makes Muller swell. Go ahead. This time our goal is to participate in all the contestants of this point-looting competition. Let us dedicate these ignorant humans to our Lord Ghost Emperor as a celebration of breaking the seal. Muller also smiled strangely. Go. The ghost beside Mueller also looked at each other, and then disappeared. It's just that there are many humans in the place where Mueller is. They are slowly falling asleep, but without exception, every human being has a dark chain on his body. Obviously, the dark chains contained an extremely terrifying atmosphere, which firmly imprisoned these contestants. At this time, there are still 5 days before the end of the points plundering competition, but at this time, the inner corpse forest is already chaotic, and the same scene is staged in countless places. The men in black covered by black cloaks kept attacking and sneaking up on the contestants who participated in this point plundering competition. Ability, let the man in black carry away. Xiao Yan's little chops. This time, I will definitely let you die without a burial. Susu. Mueller also laughed strangely. It's so terrifying. Xiao Yen couldn't help but be surprised when he felt the terrifying aura above the stone tablet. The aura on this steel is a ghost, but Xiao Yen has fought so many battles with the Soul Clan on the Do Chi continent, and he will not mistake the Spirit Clan's aura. This steel is clearly the Spirit Clan's aura. This important discovery reminded Xiao Yen of the ghost of the secluded spring he saw in the cold pond, and it seemed that it was also the body of the soul. There should be some connection between this ghost world and the Soul Clan. Xiao Yen also wanted to understand. Who is trespassing in the forbidden area? Who trespassed in the forbidden area? The ancient and terrifying voice also echoed slowly in the space. At the moment when this voice appeared, Xiao Yen also felt that the fighting qi in his body had stopped flowing, and there was even a brief absence. At this time, Xiao Yen was already a powerhouse in the early stage of the 4-star Do Di, and his soul power had also reached the peak of the Emperor realm. It was enough to make Xiao Yen feel this short-lived absent-mindedness, and even to solidify his fighting spirit, which is enough to explain the horror of this steel. Boy Xiao Yen, I came here only to hear that there are some treasures here, so in order to borrow something, Xiao Yen also said respectfully, do you know that this is the place of sealing? There is an illusory figure in the stone tablet, but the power of the illusory figure is that even Xiao Yen is quite afraid. The figure in the stone tablet is quite terrifying power, their voices in power. Yes, and this junior also knows that this is the place where the twin ghost emperors are sealed. Xiao Yen also laughed. Now that you know, let's stay. A voice also came from the stone tablet. Just after Xiao Yen said the twin ghost emperors, Xiao Yen clearly felt the power of the figure in the stone tablet instantly became stronger. Obviously, few people knew the secret of the twin ghost emperors. If ordinary people knew this secret, if they guarded this stone tablet or destroyed, dead people don't tell secrets. Then an inexplicable force radiated from the stone tablet and attacked Xiao Yen. Haha, have you asked me if you want to move my disciple? A roaring voice from the Golden Dragon King also echoed in this mysterious space. Afterwards, the soul body of the Golden Dragon King also exudes terrifying power, making the entire space golden and brilliant. Golden Dragon King? There was also a burst of surprise from the steel. As for the power that just radiated from the stone tablet to attack Xiao Yen, it was easily shattered by the golden brilliance of his master, the Golden Dragon King. Master is really strong. The attack in the stone tablet just now is logically comparable to the full-strength strike of a 5-star Do Emperor, but it was so easily shattered by his own master, the Golden Dragon King. Xiao Yen, he also looked at the stone tablet solemnly, as if the sound of crying was emanating from the stone tablet. 9 Soul Steel. Thank you for recognizing me. You actually attacked the disciple. If there is anything wrong with such a good seedling, then... The Golden Dragon King also appeared above Xiao Yan's head and then snorted coldly, with a lot of dissatisfaction in his voice. Golden Dragon King? You were chased and killed by the 3 immortals of the ghost world, but you didn't die? The voice in the stone tablet was also full of disbelief. Hee, of course I'm not dead. The Golden Dragon King continued to snort coldly. It really is God bless my human world. The stone tablet was also extremely excited. Don't talk so early. The ghost world and the devil world are not to be underestimated. What's more, there is a demon world that is eyeing. The Golden Dragon King also said condensedly. Naturally, we don't need to worry about these things. There are talented people in the country. There was also a gratifying voice from the stone tablet. By the way, I wondered how this human boy could have your breath before I thought. There was also a voice from the stone tablet. This kid can be considered my disciple now. The Golden Dragon King also smiled at Xiao Yen and said, what about Tuasha and the others? The stone tablet also continued. Reincarnation. The Golden Dragon King spat out 2 words softly. It's so serious. There was also an extremely unpleasant voice from the stone tablet, and there was some anger in the voice. Okay, let's not talk about this for now. I believe you also know the purpose of my visit. The Golden Dragon King also laughed. Indeed. There must be treasures under the ghost town, but I'm just a little bit of the strength of this human boy. There are also some unspeakable hidden words in the stone tablet. You can rest assured about this. Although this kid is quite weak now, there is no doubt that his potential is infinite, because he and Tuashi are both practicing Fengju. The Golden Dragon King also said slowly, and he didn't continue talking after he finished speaking. Some words have already been said very clearly. Fengju. The stone tablet was shocked, and an aura from the ancient times was also exuded. The gray energy instantly swept Xiao Yan's body at a speed visible to the naked eye. Don't be afraid, I'm here. Just when Xiao Yan's body had some changes because of these gray energies, the gentle voice of the Golden Dragon King also slowly entered Xiao Yan's mind. As the gray energy appeared on Xiao Yan's body was also slowly attached to the flames instantly, and then the innermost part of the body, Fengju, slowly burst out. As if attracted by this gray energy. It's really Fengju. There was also a very surprised voice inside the stone tablet. It might be fate. The thing here was taken by that guy Tuasha before, now it's his turn to come first. It's really one link after another. There is also a slightly vicissitudes of life in the stone tablet. That's all. Boy, remember, I am the 9 Souls Monument, which is designed to suppress powerful ghosts in the ghost world. Besides me, There are 8 monuments, but the ghosts they seal are getting stronger and stronger. I do have extremely precious treasures here, but whether you get them depends on your fortune. A voice slowly came from the stone tablet. The younger generation should make some modest contributions. Xiao Yan also clasped his fists with both hands and said respectfully towards the stone tablet. Although Xiao Yan didn't know the power of this ghost, the 9-soul steel that sealed this powerful ghost for thousands of years has saved Xian Santian from many disasters, and this is worthy of Xiao Yan's respect. Haha, what a polite little guy. That guy Tuasha still looks the same. He can see people so accurately, even though Tuasha also came up from the power of breaking through the plane on the continent of Do-Chi. The stone tablet clearly remembered something. Cough, cough, cough. The Golden Dragon King also coughed lightly when he heard the words, and then his eyes hurriedly winked. Okay, let's get down to business. This treasure depends on your fate. But before that, we still have to resolve the matter of the twin ghost emperors. Otherwise, if the treasure is really taken away by you, then just relying on my strength will not be able to suppress the twin ghost emperors. The illusory figure in the stone tablet also said. Senior's life. Junior will naturally add a little power. Xiao Yen also laughed. Although Xiao Yen knew that the people in this stele would treat him like this, it was largely because his master Jinlong King was related to his master Tuasha Ancient Emperor. Otherwise, his fate would also be related to the white bones in the river. There is no difference. I don't know how to resolve the seal of the twin ghost emperors. Xiao Yen also asked in doubt. It's also simple to say, the twin ghost emperors are one twin, and they are divided into 2 parts. Inxia and Xian form the twin ghost emperors in the ghost world. However, the evil Yin in the cold pool is quite weak, and it is only used as a foil among the twin ghost emperors, while the evil Yin in this town ghost well occupies a dominant position. There was a slightly vicissitudes of voice in the stone tablet. Also sounded. Xiao Yen frowned when he heard the words. Obviously, although the evil spirits in the cold pool had broken the seal, they were not the twin ghost emperors. It will be a bloodbath again. But it's strange. The evil in the cold pool is the body of the soul. Even if the seal is broken, the threat is not big, but the evil in this ghost well is the body of a human. The mysterious figure in the stone tablet also said. In evil is actually the body of the soul? Xiao Yen was also surprised. Obviously, although he knew that the evil power in the cold pool was not weak, it was comparable to the strength of the 6-star fighting emperor in Wujiang, but in Xiao Yan's perception, this evil spirit is quite similar to the Soul Clan aura on Do-Chi continent. Human body? But before Xiao Yan was surprised, the voice in the stone tablet also echoed in Xiao Yan's mind. As we all know, human beings are the masters of all things. They not only have extremely high wisdom, but also have unique advantages in cultivation. All these are enough to show that the status of human beings is high among all things. The human body. It's a little troublesome. The Golden Dragon King also muttered, apparently not expecting that the twin ghost emperors in this soul-suppressing tablet are actually human. The difference between humans and the ghost world is that humans have bodies and souls, while ghosts in the ghost world are entirely composed of souls. The human body. Could it have something to do with the cries in this soul-suppressing tablet? Xiao Yan also thought carefully. Yes, speaking of this evil Yin's life experience is also pitiful. There was also a regret from the stone tablet. I'll leave the rest to you. The last sentence of the stele disappeared without a trace, but Xiao Yan could still vaguely feel that the mysterious figure still existed in the stele. Xiao Yan also calmed down a little, and then said softly to the stone tablet, "Come out, I can hear you crying." As Xiao Yan's words just fell, an extremely terrifying ghostly energy suddenly emerged from the stone tablet, and then a beautiful shadow drifted to Xiao Yan. A faint figure slowly appeared beside the stone tablet. Xiao Yan took a closer look, and this appearance turned out to be a young woman. The shawl's long hair slightly covered half of her face, and it was vaguely seen that the woman was still pretty good-looking, very shrewd. The 2 dark eyes on the woman looked at Xiao Yan, and then at the ancient ruler of eternal fire behind Xiao Yan, with a hint of doubt in her eyes. The woman in white said in a slightly surprised whisper, "You can hear my cry. Aren't you lying to me?" "I can really hear your cry. I just don't know why you are crying here." Xiao Yan also asked softly. The woman in front of her is, in one sense, a part of the twin ghost emperors, and in another sense, she is an ordinary human woman. So Xiao Yan also spoke with confidence. "For so many years, I have been crying here, but unfortunately no one has ever heard it. I didn't expect to meet someone today who can hear my voice." It should be thousands of years. It's really a long time. The woman in white sighed softly. Xiao Yan looked at her steadily. His soul power and spiritual power alternated with each other, carefully probing her body. In the end, what Xiao Yan got was that this woman in white was very strange. She didn't seem to be a soul body, but a real body, a human body. However, under this seemingly cowardly body, Xiao Yan vaguely detected the existence of an extremely terrifying ghostly aura, which contained a hint of spiritual light. According to Xiao Yan's analysis of the information from her investigation, she is not an evil spirit or a ghost, but may just be a woman who is used by the twin ghost emperors, Xiao Yen. It is impossible for ordinary people to possess such a terrifying ghost. In this case, there is only one possibility. This woman may be the incarnation of the twin ghost emperors. Master, this woman? Xiao Yan also used his soul power to communicate with his master, the Golden Dragon King. After all, this kind of thing involved too much, so Xiao Yan had to be careful. In the ghost world, most of the ghosts exist in the form of souls. They continue to cultivate with the help of the ghostly ghosts in the ghost world, in order to get rid of the darkness of the sky as soon as possible and regain a new life. In addition to practicing hard, there is another way to be reborn, and that is to find a human body. As long as the human body is compatible with his own soul body, then these ghosts can also rely on powerful cultivation. The human body is taken for itself. It's just that although the world is big, it's harder than finding a needle in a haystack to find a human being that fits your soul body. And if you find it, according to the character of the ghost in the ghost world, it will definitely not retain the human soul and thoughts. This woman is obviously not in line with common sense. The Golden Dragon King also said in a deep voice. So, there is only one possibility. Then go. This woman has reached some kind of agreement with that terrifying twin ghost emperor. Or maybe there is something in this woman that makes the twin ghost emperors fear. Xiao Yan also woke up like he was enlightened. That's right. The Golden Dragon King said in agreement and felt some relief in his heart. This kid is finally... After figuring out the identity of the woman in white, although Xiao Yan did not show hostility on the surface, he was vigilant from the beginning. This woman in white should have a soul body with twin ghost emperors and evil Yin in her body. Moreover, the body of the white-clothed woman should be quite compatible with the twin ghost emperors, and the combat power she will exert at that time will be extremely terrifying. And although there is the existence of the Golden Dragon King of his own master in his body, his physical quality is undoubtedly insignificant compared with the Golden Dragon King of his master, so the strength of the Golden Dragon King of his master is not able to exert 1/2 of 10. Forget it, take a step by step. Xiao Yan said in his heart, and then he looked at the woman in white. Xiao Yan asked, "Why are you here? You said you've been here for thousands of years. Why don't you go out and stay here, and cry instead?" The woman in white smiled lightly. "I said that I was here because of my slaughter and was sealed by humans who claim to be righteous. Would you believe me? I don't believe it." Xiao Yan also said indifferently. His tone was extremely dull. "You. Interesting." The woman in white also laughed, and her smile was very charming. "Actually, I also want to leave here, but unfortunately, I don't have that ability. Because every time my soul force or body wants to fly 10 meters away from the inscription, there is always a strange barrier that blocks me back, and I can't get out. Countless failures have made me realize that I can't get out. That's why I cry here alone." The woman in white also shook her head. "For thousands of years, I have been touching this matter. The only possibility is that there is something hidden in this stone tablet. Unfortunately, my ability is low, and I can't find out anything. Seeing you today can be considered a fate. I have something I want to ask you for help. Do you want to?" After the woman in white finished speaking, she looked at Xiao Yan with some anticipation. Xiao Yan looked at the stone tablet and found that there seemed to be a body in the stone tablet. Then he looked at the woman in white in front of him and said softly, "There are indeed some strange things hidden in this stone tablet. It is because of this." The stone tablet just came down. "As for what you need my help with, you can talk and listen, and I will help you if you can." Xiao Yan also said casually, "After all, although this woman in white has something to ask for from herself, she can't say too much otherwise, when the time comes." Moreover, Xiao Yan also vaguely felt that the things in this steel were not simple, and there would be a lot of battles at that time. The woman in white looked at Xiao Yan with a strange look in her eyes and asked softly, "It is said that people turn into ghosts after they die, but in the human world, Ghosts have always been disliked by people, and they are often favored by those cultivators use false rumors to describe them as evil demons, and everyone sees them and executes them. But why didn't you deal with me when you saw me for the first time, knowing my identities? And I can feel that your heavy ruler is very domineering, and there is something in it that restrains me. When Xiao Yen heard the words, his brows were also furrowed. Obviously, Long Yi was the only one among the ancient rulers of different fires. These twin ghost emperors could actually be restrained by Long Yi's power. However, Xiao Yan was not too surprised. After all, he did not come to fight this woman in white. He looked at her and sighed softly. There are all things born, and among the 7 realms, ghosts are also included, but the world generally doesn't understand it. Once attacked by those ghosts, all the ghosts are said to be broken, but that's not the case. Even if it is a human being, there are also countless evil people. Right and wrong, good and evil, we have to rely on each person's own judgment and eyes to judge. You can't just listen to other people's gossip and judge right and wrong. As far as I'm concerned, as long as it's something I can see, it exists, it's just a different form. Why don't you tell me if you need my help? The woman in white showed a trace of gratitude in her eyes and said softly, if one day in the future you meet a man named Muzi outside, tell him something. You tell him that the oath of the past is past. Let it pass. The former woman named Yu Xian has left him. I want him to forget all that. If he asks, don't mention me. Just tell him that the soul is broken. The story is past. The person is far away. The eyes are full of blood and tears, and the face is red. That's it. If you're willing to help, I'll be grateful. In the white-clothed woman's hazy eyes, a faint mist of water seemed to conceal her deep affection. Muzi? Why does it sound familiar? The Golden Dragon King also thought a little. Xiao Yen looked at her and sighed. Don't worry, I will help you find out about that person in the future. It's just that thousands of years have passed. Is he still alive? Is he dead? The woman in white shook her head gently, looked at the skies slightly and said, no, he won't die. He must still be alive in this world. I remember when I first met him, he was a little Taoist priest. I will always remember that scene, but unfortunately, I didn't know how to cherish it at the time. I remember the moonlight at that time. It's unbearable to look back on. When Xiao Yan heard this, there was a trace of indifferent sadness in his eyes, and he sighed slightly. There are many things in a person's life which need to be kept in mind and slowly recollected. After speaking, I can't help but think of Kalen and Sunner. That taste is not only sweet, but also bitter in it. Don't regret the past. Look forward to everything. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, he also felt that the aura on the woman in white had also stabilized. The ghost chi was also temporarily suppressed. If you can help me, but I have this concern, it can be considered that I have a request from you. I know the purpose of your coming here, but how can the twin ghost emperors be suppressed so easily? The woman in white laughed slightly to herself. Who knows what will happen in the future? Now wait for me to see what's inside this steel. Why is it that you have been trapped in it? Xiao Yan ignored the self-mockery of the white-clothed woman and gently landed in front of the stone tablet. Her whole body was milky white. Her eyes shot out streaks of flame energy. Her soul force was close to the stone tablet, and she was quickly exploring the secret of the stone tablet. Just as he approached the stone tablet exuded an extremely repulsive force, causing Xiao Yan's whole body to tremble slightly. Taking a look at the woman in white, Xiao Yan said softly, the aura on your body contains a seal energy inside this stone tablet, so it is impossible for your body to leave here. This steel has a vague power of restraint that can bind all souls and bodies of primordial spirits. And you belong to this range, so you have been unable to get out. My soul power is also trapped in it. It's a very strange thing. The woman in white sighed softly. For so many years, loneliness has been with me all the time. I'm used to it. If it wasn't for my worries, I might be very satisfied with this kind of life. To meet you today is also a hope for me, and my heart is satisfied. As long as you can go out and help me understand that wish, it doesn't matter if I stay here forever. Xiao Yan looked at her, and his heart slowly took in her words. Turning his head, Xiao Yan slowly approached the steel. I saw Xiao Yan approaching the stone tablet ruler. The stone tablet suddenly emitted a red light, blocking Xiao Yan 5 feet away. The red light was very strong, and the strong aura forced the woman in white to hide far away, did not dare to approach. It's just that at the moment when the red light appeared, an extremely terrifying ghost energy appeared on the woman in white, as if she was protecting the woman in white. A dazzling power burst out in Xiao Yan's eyes instantly. The milky white light around his body rose sharply, and he fiercely fought against the red light. For a time, within the mysterious space, the black river water in the forbidden waters was instantly shaken, flashing with different brilliance, very beautiful. At the same time, two powerful forces confronted each other, forming an incomparably powerful momentum, sandwiching colorful brilliance, and instantly shot straight into the sky and the space. Damn. I don't believe in this evil. After Xiao Yen finished speaking, he also started to burn through his own operation, and the even greater power was also fighting against the red light in the stone tablet. Little doll, that's not bad. You can actually let the host of this twin ghost emperor suppress the hatred in his heart. Not bad, not bad. The mysterious figure from before also slowly emerged. Senior, this is... A familiar voice came from Xiao Yan's mind, and this voice was not the words of his master, the Golden Dragon King, or the mysterious figure in the stone tablet. The cloudy moon is almost here, and this woman is coming to an end. Hey. The soul is exhausted. The soul is broken. The heart is dead. The ghost emperor is born. Several familiar words also echoed in Xiao Yan's mind. This video will end here.